and Nelson Mandela being like, "Where's Winnie? Show me my Winnie," or whatever the fuck he would say right now. He just misses his wife.
Show me my Winnie.
I think he just misses his girl, man. You know?
Yeah, I get it.
He got that phantom dick effect. He wanna see Winnie.
Yeah, he spent years away from that thing. I get it.
Yeah, he was in jail doing push-ups, mad. Like,
yeah.
I'm just trying to see my girl, man. Y'all fucking with me.
Winnie's probably cooking tonight.
Damn, I bet we was gonna have stew.
Damn.
Fuck.
Man, she made some fish soup. Anyways, yeah. You can't keep an old lady because you keep fucking her friends, huh? Welcome to another episode of My Mama Told Me,
the podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we work to prove the conspiracy that Jamal Murray is, in fact, the bastard offspring of Maximus Murray, heir to the Murray's hair grease fortune, cast out to Canada, forced to live a life with his white mother and assumingly Inuit stepfather, decided he will get good at the one game his father Maximus loved, basketball, and he will come back and throw it in his face.
A game where the hair grease doesn't matter, that the grease ain't playing a factor in how you can hoop.
At all. What I'm trying to say here is Nugs and 4. I'm David Gborie.
Oof, that is mean. You don't even respect these boys. I'm Langston Kerman, and I'm shocked.
Hey, we won at home. We won there. That's all you need to do to win 2 more.
2 more in a row.
We've done all the things we need to do. My MVP is white. I hate to say it. Listen, do I love that my team is maybe not the most likable guys? Yeah. I wish we had a lot of fun guys. But you know what they are? Good at basketball.
Listen, Michael Porter Jr. is real hard to root for, but boy,
are you telling me, man?
Boy, is that boy good at basketball.
Pretty much a fucking cop.
Yeah, when the fucking pandemic was at its height and he was like, yeah, I'm going to be one of 2 people in the league who doesn't kneel. It was like, God damn, man. You really don't give a fuck, huh?
Listen, man, we were so good in the bubble. That's just what I try to remember. We were so good in the bubble.
And partly because he wouldn't kneel down. He was he wasn't having to get back up like the mother boys.
It's because he has back problems. He has a back. I didn't even want to draft him. I was like, he has a back injury you never come back from that.
He has a back injury from carrying white Jesus's cross on it for all these years. So
just listen, man. We're finally there. All right. You know, it's a long time. It's been a long time.
It's a long time coming.
It's been a long time since we've been playing this good.
I wish you the best. I truly do. But
it's just like a don't meet your heroes situation. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
yeah.
What if you got everything you asked for and it was fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
This is what I think the ending of that movie where the Beatles aren't real feels like. You know what I
mean? Yeah. No, it definitely feels like I'm gonna learn some kind of Adam Sandler lesson behind all this.
Uh-huh.
This is my Happy Gilmore.
This is Groundhog's Day. You're gonna have to relive this championship every single day, only to discover something awful on the back end until you get the lesson.
It's definitely be careful what you wish for. Like you cut to me after the 2009 Western Conference Finals when we lost to the Lakers. I don't think we should have. I thought it was bad calls. And me on a couch somewhere like, I would do anything for the Nuggets to win. I don't care who we get. And then you flash forward.
And then you've empowered Bill Cosby as your center for.
No, we got a white MVP. I feel like I did this. I did this to us.
Your starting five is just horrific people.
No, they're not all bad, man. Come on, that's a fun team to watch.
Come on, man. Who is it? KCP? He be out there.
They're cool guys, man. I like them. Anyways, how you doing?
I'm doing well. We have a conspiracy theory. It's a Langston and David episode where we have a conspiracy theory that we've been sitting on for a little while. It's a rare TikTok find is where this conspiracy comes from, which I don't think we often are sifting through the TikToks to be able to find shit, much less.
No, this is an Olivia find, right?
No, I think someone sent it to me. I can't remember how I stumbled upon it. I think a fan may have sent it, and I apologize for not having that on offhand. But a fan sent us a video of a woman claiming. Well, we should just play the video. Let's play the video. Yeah.
Our leaders, our ancestors who fought the wars of resistance, their heads, their remains are sitting in jars throughout Europe. And the same people have the audacity to come to Africa and talk to us about human rights. But what's even more disturbing is that we entertain them and we don't remind them of the skeletons in their closet.
Okay, so just so we're clear, the premise here is my mama told me
African heads are being kept in European jars.
Would that be correct? Would you agree with that statement?
I think if you had to put it into, I think that is a succinct way to say what she is saying. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's right. That feels right. That feels right.
I wonder where you live inside of this. How bought in when you watch the video? What was your reaction? What is your reaction now? Walk us through your feelings.
Much like the 2023 Denver Nuggets, at first I didn't want to like, and then I realized that I had to like.
Ah, I got you.
You understand?
Like, what you silly fucking lady. What are you talking about? What you want to be able to say.
And then it's like, oh, so what am I saying? That I trust all these European whites and what they've done with us? No, I don't. Do I think it's possible? Yeah, man, I don't fucking trust these guys. I don't know what they do with their fucking eyes wide shut parties.
Yeah, and we literally have evidence of like medieval times where they would like chop a person's head off and put it on a stake. And I don't think that current white people are that much better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that that's like far from the type of shit that they would be willing to do. So it's like, yeah, you probably got some nigga heads in jars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with them. That's what I worry about.
I think they drink the juice. I think they drink the juice like it's like exotic fermented nigga head. You know what I mean?
I get that. That's why they've developed certain powers.
Yeah.
Like why Swedish people are so good at pop music.
Yeah.
You tell me they just got ABBA all on their own without sipping some fucking warrior juice? You think they just went up there and they just invented Dancing Queen?
Without sipping a little Somali, you don't think they had a little taste?
They got zooted off the Zulu.
They was crushing Congo heads and fucking came up with ABBA. We know what the fuck happened.
We know how you got there. You think you invented pristine punk music? You love mayonnaise.
Come on, man. I've heard your accent. You ain't making nothing good.
No, that's good. And then fucking Dancing Queen? I started. And then fucking only 17, get out of here.
Come on, man.
That's from my people. That's from head juice.
You sipped a little head juice.
You sipped a little head juice just enough just enough to give you that little bit of flavor, and then you win. Come on, because they've got all kinds of outliers. I think a lot of people. I think Jack Harlow might have got some head juice.
I don't think Jack Harlow got any head juice. I don't think he's nearly as talented as. I think he's just a nice guy, and we're like, yeah, he's handsome. He's
not like a terrible guy. Yeah,
but yeah, he ain't do the worst. But
that's fair.
I don't think he got no head juice. I think Eminem had head juice for a while.
I don't think Eminem had any head juice.
I think Eminem had a big old swig of head juice,
listen,
and then he stopped sipping it
on
protest.
You said this. I'm glad you said this. We can't act like Eminem was always not an outlier. Have you listened to that first album? It's the delirious rantings of a child who was bullied. It's not like, it's bars, but it's not like in the traditional sense. He was always a little freak weirdo. You know who Eminem was? You ever know a white kid when you were a child who had a rat tail and a Kool-Aid stained lip and like lied all the time? Was like, my grandpa has a gun. That's who he was, man. He was the last white kid to get picked up at black kid daycare. That's who he was. Because his mom worked late at the goddamn 7-Eleven. And sometimes she would let him drink Night Train. That's who Eminem was.
I'm saying that despite your judgment of his character, and I don't disagree with your assessment of his character, I'm saying that the motherfucker was moving and shaking in a way that for 1990, whatever it was, 8, 9, it was like, oh, this is a talent. I think we pretend like he wasn't a talent.
I didn't say I don't think he was talented. I'm saying I think he raps in the way that a white guy would. I don't think that he's talented in the way that I think he was sipping that juice.
So you're saying there was nothing exceptional about the work that he was doing?
I think it was exceptional. I'm saying I don't think it is exceptional in a way where he got it from black people. I think it's a talent all his own.
Oh, I don't know that I believe that the head juice gives you black people talent. I guess maybe that's
what I thought
differ.
we were talking about.
I think it gives you black people exceptionalism. I don't think it necessarily gives you the specific skill of a black person. I don't think it's like those the aliens
we're confused.
From Space Jam type shit. I think it's more of just like it gives you a strength and a know-how that you wouldn't have had in your regular white body.
See, interesting, because I thought of it as an aliens from Space Jam. Like they were literally taking the talent of those foreign heads and sipping them.
That there were like 4 dudes in Philly singing about Dancing Queen.
Yeah, and then the Swedes came in, chopped their heads off, put them in a jar.
Put them suckers in jars and then drank the head juice and boom.
And that's how, and then somebody drank that Wanye. And then
and then somebody drank the dude who had a cane and it didn't work out for them.
Was that not Wanye? Wanye was my favorite one. Who had the lip?
Yeah, Wanye, I believe, is who you're thinking of with the lip.
I was a big Wanye guy.
I think it was Shawn, Michael, Wanye.
Shawn was skinny, high top fade, right?
Yeah, Shawn's the one that I think has had the most success outside of the group. Although Wanye, arguably, during the 90s, he was going crazy. He was fucking Moesha.
Who was the one who was like, I want to go back, baby. Can we go back, baby?
That's the nigga with the glasses, and I always forget his name. It's like Robert or something.
Oh,
I
like the glasses, too.
Yeah, the glasses, dude.
And then who is also, you know who else I liked was, and all the Philly steaks you can eat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So
that's glasses?
No, that's the deep voice dude. That's
hold on. The nigga that talk like this.
Yeah, Langston.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Say all the Philly. Say all the Philly steaks you can eat.
All the Philly steaks you can eat. I trade all the Philly steaks in the world to get you back, girl.
Ooh, don't let your wife find that, man. She might not let you take that off.
She gonna be like, hey, that's how you talk now around here. But no, I believe Michael was the deep voice one, and he's the one that was eventually, the group and him parted ways. They don't fuck with each other no more.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I guess he was like not really into it and pretty unprofessional. And so like I think it reached a point where they were all like, hey man, we gonna keep making our shit and maybe you should just take that elsewhere.
Man, if I got kicked out of Boyz II Men, you would never hear the end of it. I would, bro, if they kicked me out of Boyz II Men, I would be screaming it.
That would just be every episode we do is being like, why the fuck am I not still in Boyz II Men?
Yeah, you didn't talk to me like that. I was in Boyz II Men. Motown, Philly?
Sean is the skinny one. It's just tell us all the names. There's Wanye, Sean, Michael, and then Nathan. There we go. Nathan is.
Oh, Nathan.
The nigga with the glasses.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, anyways.
You are somewhat bought into at least the possibility of these head jar men existing, or men and women, leaders.
I don't think that it's, I saw The Woman King. I didn't give me either.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like out of the realm of possibility. Look, when people conquer other people, they do crazy stuff to destroy the morale. And you know what I mean? So I don't, do I think making an example out of the leader of a conquered people is outside of white people's wheelhouse? No, I do not think that at all.
Yeah, you always hear all them stories from like Vietnam where it's like, yeah, they cut out people's tongues and then tied them like necklaces and was like wearing them around the jungle and shit.
Yeah, and that was in the 60s.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, if y'all was doing wild shit like that, yeah, somebody probably kept a head. I believe that. That's not.
He kept a head dead presidents. What was that, 94?
Biggie was rapping about sending people's their children's fingers. It's not absurd to think that a head might be a trophy somewhere.
Yeah, it's not crazy to think at all. And it's not crazy to think that they wouldn't document that shit. That they would just leave it for themselves, like in their own way. Because think about how many private art galleries are just like war crimes and shit.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because to the question, and this will be a smooth transition into the research that Olivia did. I want to give her credit. I didn't read a thing today. I truly showed up to a lot of assembled information for me, but one of the things that she sent over, and this original video comes from Dr. Ericana Chiambari Cow. I'm going to do my best with what that is, but she's speaking at the National Action Network convention in 2023 and said that these heads of African leaders are being kept in jars in Europe. And while I think that language was actually very purposeful for the sake of like impressing the idea and being effective, as it turns out, it isn't that far off from truth. Like, based on the research, this shit is pretty legitimately real. While I hear it and I think of like when she says heads in jars, I think of like Futurama type shit, that like it's like a floating head with juice all around it. But it's not so much the Futurama version of this thing as it is more like dried out skulls that have been displayed, to your point, at museums all over Europe. That like there are a fuck ton of like very important people whose like trophies have been assembled in museums without any like reflection or apology for stealing these corpses.
Yeah, I believe that's what I'm saying. They're sinister.
So apparently during 1881 to 1914, there was this mass division and colonization of Africa, right? Where European powers basically did this mad scramble for Africa, including Germany, France, Belgium, Spain, Italy, England, Portugal. They sectioned off all of Africa. They claim everything except for Liberia, which is quote unquote protected by the U.S. at that point. Protected, whatever the fuck that
You also
means.
see how that all went with Monroe, the Charles Taylor. I mean, That's where I don't want to talk about that right now. But yeah,
Sure.
Liberia's fucked up.
Yeah, the U.S. wasn't protecting shit, and
Yeah,
certainly we
Liberia's-
weren't there
Liberia's
because we
bad.
thought they needed our help.
Yeah.
But that's the phrasing that this article chooses. And then the last place that was unclaimed was Ethiopia. Ethiopia was free because they beat the fuck out of Italy when Italy showed up trying to take their shit from them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So Ethiopia and Liberia of this giant continent are the only places that don't get scooped up by these European nations.
We were this close, baby. We're next to Liberia.
I got you. You could have had it all.
Nah, the British got us.
But when you speak of the gruesomeness of the White Devil, one of the things that this article says is that they used to steal the skeletons of these occupied nations' leaders and then display them in museums. Again, this is all the way up
Which
until
is what
1914.
historical, what was like, you know how morbid that is with there's no type of like, what's the educational value of showing that?
Of seeing like an African skull and being like, yep, that's the skull.
It's not like their art or their contributions to culture or anything.
No.
It's just this guy we killed.
Yeah, and I've seen a few pictures, and they'll like dress the skull up so that it looks like the person, kind of, but also just the skull. It's like, oh, you're really like flexing on my family.
Yeah, for what? Imagine you die, and then they take you to, I don't know what country we're gonna be mad about right now. They take you to France, and you're just you got like, they're like, oh, here he is. He got his hoodie and his watch.
Yeah,
he was a real funny guy. Look at this funny guy.
Yeah, and they just make me like hold a microphone.
Yeah.
Like, look how funny he was.
They like put you into position to hump your stool.
Yes.
Your great grandson's in there like, he didn't even do that bit.
That wasn't
He
even
didn't
his
do
act.
that.
That wasn't even in his act. He actually was pretty judgmental of people who treated their comedy that way. He gets it. It was of an era, but it doesn't exist anymore. So grow the fuck up and write a joke is what he would say.
Yeah, he was a timely comedian.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
There's
man.
no way they dressed him up doing something cool. They dressed him up fucking, you know what? Doing some dumb African shit.
But it's also like they probably put him in like a headdress or some shit. And like to your point, if I'm in his family, I know the nigga didn't even like wearing the headdress.
No,
that wasn't
man.
even his thing.
That was
he
for
put it on
special
for
occasions.
Yeah, he put it on for the events, but he
Yeah.
didn't walk around like that.
I don't go to the strip club in a tuxedo. It's for weddings.
That's a wedding outfit. The
Do you own a tuxedo?
I do own a tuxedo, but not for a reason I'm proud of.
Wait, what does that mean?
I am very proud to have written for the 2016 Oscars, right?
Yeah.
I was a writer for that team, for specifically Chris Rock. It was the biggest first thing I ever got.
Chris Rock's second biggest Oscars.
Yeah. Truly, I was a part of it.
Yeah, boy.
That said, I bought a tuxedo under the premise of like, this is the biggest thing I'm ever gonna do. This is amazing. I gotta have a tux because I'm gonna be in the room. I'm gonna be fly, whatever. And as it turned out, we were not even allowed into the room. We were left in the fucking basement where like the musicians kept their spare instruments and had to call up on a bat phone to get Chris Rock's approval on jokes and shit.
God damn, Blake.
So I just spent money on it. And this is what makes it so fucked up is that the Oscars offered like tux rental to us for free. That like they had a place that was like, yo, you just go downstairs, you could get a tux fitted, you can rent that motherfucker and just do it that way. And I was like, nah, baby girl.
You think I'm gonna rent like heaving trash?
I got a few grand to blow. Let me get a tuxedo.
I got money to blow. And then they kept you in the basement.
It kept me in the basement. We didn't get to see not one celebrity. We did get to go to the governor's ball, which was cool. And there you get to see a bunch of people. But like, you know, you want to be in the room and see everybody. You want to see the looks on their faces and shit.
Yeah, no, I never been in the room. So I don't know. I wrote for the ESPYs once. I was in there. It was okay.
In the room?
I was on the side, actually. We were on the side doing punch-up.
Yeah, but that's in the room. You're like in the space. You can still, like, Draymond can still walk past you.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that Brie Larson didn't know I existed before or after I did that show, and that breaks my heart.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
And I said Larson. It's Larson. But who the fuck
Who
cares?
gives a shit?
She ain't black.
Yeah.
And that's a fact, Jack.
And that's a fact, Jack. And that was one of the jokes Langston wrote that Chris rejected. And that's why his bitch ass got slapped.
I was like,
sorry.
You ain't hurt my feelings.
I was writing for you. I just got caught up in your shit.
You ain't gonna get me to turn on you. All right, we need to take a break. We'll be back with more Langston, more David, and more My Mama Told Me.
I'll blow your goddamn head smooth off.
And we are back discussing whether or not I think we're past whether or not, I think where these white devils have put our bones.
Yeah, no, I think it's objectively true that white people, European powers that be, are keeping skulls in museums. And what I would go so far as to say, if this is what they're displaying, I worry. I'm terrified to think of what they have in the back that they're like, we can't show them that. We can't. You know what
it makes me think? You know the only way we're gonna do it? We gotta double down. We gotta take back some of their bones.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your femur for my like
we dig up Lucille Ball. Hold that hostage.
Put a little red wig on her so they know it's her.
Yeah, we put a red wig on her. Put her asking Desi to be in the show or some disrespectful shit like that. Even though she was a mogul.
We put chocolate all over her face like that episode so that they know. And no, that's Lucy because she got the chocolate and the red wig.
And then we go to Europe and we say, give us Kunta Kinte. This could all be over.
Give us the rest of the Zulu Nation and you'll
get your ball back.
I'll hit you with a few more facts that sort of were uncovered in some of this research. To that point, there's Patrice Lumumba, who was the Democratic
namesake of Patrice O'Neill.
Yeah, exactly, and the hero of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, your origin.
Well, no, let's not. I think I do want to say, some of you guys think I'm from the Congo. It was just a funny thing a black Hebrew Israelite called me. I am from Sierra Leone, land that I love. God bless Salone. God save the Queen. I'm not from the Congo.
Yeah, he's not from the Congo, but it is very funny, and I'm not going to stop saying it. So you really need to track for yourself that he's from Sierra Leone instead. That said, Patrice Lumumba, apparently when he was assassinated in 1961. Yeah, he was assassinated in 1961 basically through like the Belgians who started a military coup, right, in the Congo. He gets assassinated, and then a Belgian policeman not only burned his body in acid, so they destroyed the body completely in acid, but a Belgian policeman stole one of his teeth, a gold capped tooth that they stole and then kept as a trophy. And it was not until 2022 that tooth was finally returned as the only last remnant of Patrice Lumumba's body to his family.
No, see, fuck that. We got to go in. We're getting our lick back. Somebody dig up River Phoenix. We're getting our lick back.
Oh, they love River Phoenix.
Yeah.
They love River Phoenix.
Stand by me. How about that? This might be the most militant we've ever been on.
Yeah, we're talking about digging up old white people's bodies. We're talking about digging up Betty White and being like, we got your girl.
That's what happens. We dig up Betty White. they will take us seriously.
Bro, if we dig up Betty White, this is an international war.
Fuck it,
I
all
don't
the
think,
Golden Girls. Dig up all them hoes.
Yeah, I think there'll be it's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a fight we really gotta be ready for. We gotta have all our guns.
If we dig up the Golden Girl. It's a declaration of war. There's nothing else to be said.
Yeah, no, it's like, no, we have to wipe your country off the planet.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's like, have you ever been in a fight where it could like maybe happen, and then that one thing happens where it's like, well, now we're just fighting? That's what it would be if we dig up the Golden Girls.
Yeah, it's like you're sitting there and y'all are yapping at each other, and then some nigga spits on your feet or something like that, and it's like, I gotta fucking jaw you now.
Yeah, man. I thought I could get out of it, but
yeah, I was really hoping this was just us pressing our chests together and bucking.
To be fair, I also don't know if all the Golden Girls are dead.
They are.
Every single one?
Yep. Betty White was the last of us, and
really?
Yep, they're all gone now. You also know what's funny is the mother was the youngest one.
Yeah, I did know that for some. Yeah. She was the funniest one to me. That show's very hilarious. Funny. It was very
man,
funny
they used to all get off.
They were fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, are we talking?
No, I meant just being
off?
funny. Yeah, everybody had their thing, and they nailed every time.
They all played their role, man. It was like a very good show.
Yeah.
And I'm willing. And despite their history and comedy, which I love, I'm still willing to dig them up.
You're still willing to let them bodies.
Remember.
Yeah, you're willing to let those bodies be displayed in Sierra Leone or the Congo for
either or. Probably the Congo, just because if the heat comes down, I'd rather not.
Sure, yeah, you don't want to bring that home.
I got family, but
I think what Gborie's trying to say is fuck the Congo.
I mean, listen.
No, Carl, I'll speak for you. The man said, fuck the Congo. He thinks it's a shithole of a place, and he's happy to see it burn.
No, I'm a friend of the DRC. I'm a friend of the DRC.
But this, I think, does truly speak to the possibility of them having much more haunting things in the back.
I'd imagine. I mean, it's just war trophies. It does, like, all joking aside, it does make me sick to think the idea of what they could possibly like a story like that is like that's modern history. Like what you're talking about, that's not really the past.
It's 60 years ago. It's not. Yeah. This is.
There are people who are alive then who are still alive now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The last little fact I'll give you is that it's estimated that 90 to 95% of Africa's cultural heritage is held outside of Africa by major museums, with France alone having 90,000 objects from sub-Saharan Africa in its national collections.
We're taking the Louvre back.
Bro.
We're taking
apparently it's all African shit in there anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man. It was huge. I was in there for like 6 hours. Like, I saw a lot of stuff.
That's crazy. But I'm saying 90,000 objects that you're just displaying in fucking museums. You can't.
And then how does a place get a total view of its history without any of it? So, you know what I mean? It's just it continues to be the same tactics that they use over and over again, right? As much as things change, it stays the same. That's like kind of the saddest thing about it, right? Is like it's the same idea that they're doing that continent, and everybody's just okay with it.
And I think that ultimately was this doctor's point in her original speech, is that like it's bad enough that these skulls and these heads are being displayed by these other nations, like this barbarism that they're displaying is so like fucking disgusting. But additionally, it's disgusting that we are so complicit in allowing this to be like our standard. You know what I mean? That there's nothing in me that goes to a museum and goes like, why do y'all have this? You know what I mean?
Me either.
I just be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's I saw the craziest shit at the museum today. Like, that's,
yeah.
That's. I mean, that being said, I don't go to history museums as much. I like art museums, but
yeah, the art's perfectly clean. Nobody stole art.
Well, I don't like old art. I like new shit. If you come to Denver, go to the Clifford Still Museum. Like, that's what I'm about. You know?
Yeah. I like children's museums. I just like to touch stuff.
Yeah,
and
equally
turn-
problematic.
I like to put my hands on that little thing and make my hair stand up.
Yeah. You want to
that's-
get that thing that makes you feel like you're flying?
Yeah, that ain't got nothing, and that ain't got nothing to do with Africa.
No,
I assure you.
They invented that right here in Cleveland, baby.
All right, I think we did this. Gborie, could you tell the people where they can find you? What cool shit you have going on?
You can find me at Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. June 18th, I will be headlining the DC Improv with my main man Jamel Johnson. Come see, Instagram Cool Guy Jokes 87. Come see that. My shit's around shit. I got high at the end of this. Sorry.
No, you're good. In February, you follow me at Langston Kerman and on Instagram, and as always, like and subscribe to the YouTube and do all that stuff. And if you want to come see me live, May 23rd. I keep saying, you know how
Do you
black
like
I am?
February?
It's always Black History Month for me, baby.
I love it. 30 what? Nah.
Nah, give me 28 on the black hand side. But excuse me, May 19th and 20th, I'll be at Hilarities in Cleveland. And then July 6th through 8th, I'll be at the Punchline in Philadelphia. And yeah, that's all you need to know for now. Although there's other shit and I'm probably fucking it up.
That's how it always goes, man.
Hell yeah. And as always, if you want to send us your own conspiracy theories, your own drops, if you want to tell us which specific heads are in which jars in which European nation, please send that to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. That's about it. Bye, bitch.